Well, welcome, my friends. I am here with Aline Warren. She is the president CEO of ICAN. We're going to be talking about the Women's Leadership Conference coming up here in May. But Aline, first of all, welcome and welcome into this new position.
Thank you, Andy. I am so excited to be in the position and also excited to be here with you today to talk about the ICAN Women's Leadership Conference. A lot of information this year.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And it's, I love the theme this year. We're going to be getting to that. But let's just first talk about what is the ICAN Leadership Conference? I mean, give us just a little bit of background and just kind of a brief overview, and then we'll get into the specifics.
Absolutely. Well, this is actually our 29th year that we will be holding the ICAN Women's Leadership Conference. And the overall goal of the conference is all about leadership development and helping people through their own leadership journey in terms of where they're at and where they want to go. The conference is primarily for women, but men are certainly invited to join us as a part of this journey. And we have about 7 speakers coming in this year, and the topics range from, being an authentic leader to the emerging future and what that looks like from a leadership perspective, fair play in the new workplace, because so many things have changed because of COVID in terms of how we interact and how people work. So it's going to be a day of just a lot of activity, a lot of networking. We're going to have vendors. We are back, which is we're so excited about that because last year we actually did a hybrid conference, and we're going to do a hybrid again this year, but we're trending about 75% of our folks are going to be there in the room with us this year. Right. So we're super excited about that.
Well, and let's talk about who we talked about. It's mainly for women. You definitely get men coming to this conference, but who else is it for? I mean, I know a lot of corporations send their people to this conference, but talk a little bit more. I mean, is it for the entrepreneur? Is it for the small business owner? I mean, it's probably for everyone, but
that's a very good question. And I would say the majority of the people that attend the conference are middle managers, but you're absolutely right. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be a small business owner, you could be an executive. I mean, it ranges the gamut, but I would say the majority of the people that have attended throughout the years are middle managers.
Okay. And again, like you said, this year it is, most of the people will be there in person, but I really love that there's also this virtual component too, because you also get people that maybe don't necessarily live right in the community or can't get there, and they can definitely attend online. So that's just always a nice option.
Yeah, it's a nice feature that we've been able to explore. And again, I hate to keep bringing up COVID, but we were forced to do that with COVID, right? In terms of how we could pivot and offer the conference virtually. And so that has given us a broader reach in terms of people could be all over the country. And if they want, they can tune into the conference this year.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about the theme, but before we do that, I'm going to do something real quick. This is a little surprise. So here we go. Oh, did it disappear? Oh, there it is. Ta-da. So let's talk about the theme. And this is, you can kind of see the logo in my background, but I'm so excited for what the theme of this conference is. So tell us about the theme. And it's called, I can probably, and I know they're showing graphics. So it's Blaze. Forge ahead, Rise Stronger. Tell us a little bit more about what that really means.
Well, we came up with that with Blaze and Forge Ahead, Rise Stronger, because we've been through so much, right? Yeah. Whether it be the Me Too movement, whether it be Black Lives Matters, whether it be COVID. I mean, there's been so many, the hybrid workplace, so many different things that we've experienced. And so our goal is like, let's take a look at that a little bit. Let's dissect some of that. And it's time for us to forge ahead. And from all of that, how can we rise stronger? How can we be better? And there are so many individuals and organizations that have certainly rose to the occasion and have been able to do that. So we just want to light that flame, light that fire in folks and say, you know what, it's time for us to really move on to rise stronger. So that's kind of
Absolutely.
the impetus behind it.
And I know when we were meeting with your team several months ago, because Midland's Business Journal always puts out this great special section, and just really looking at the theme and looking at the graphics. I mean, I just think they're so cool, and they're so, they just, they pop. So this is, you know, another thing. I'm glancing over here looking at the website. There's so much on your website, ICANconference.com, which has lots of information about speakers, but exploring the leadership journey and new talent landscape. I mean, that is so true as we're, you know, where we are right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, when you think about the hybrid workplace, and so many people have had an opportunity before COVID, right, to do some of that. But I think once we got into COVID, and we're still kind of on the tail end, hopefully we're working our way out of it. But so many people work from home. I mean, we had to make that shift, right? And there were so many people who never thought they would have that opportunity to do that. And so by doing that, you had to prepare managers. Some managers weren't prepared for that. Like, how do I supervise when I don't get to see someone necessarily every day and walk by their office or walk by their desk? So, you know, giving managers and making sure they were equipped with what they needed. So many companies had to do that to make sure that they were equipped with what they needed. And then also making sure people could work from home in terms, did they have the technology? I mean, that was the other piece of it, depending on their function. So many different things to look at, you know, when you think about the emerging workplace and things that have changed. And those are some of the issues that we definitely will dive into at the conference.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about event specifics. It is on, is it the 15th?
The 18th, May 18th.
Okay, yeah. So the 18th of May. Let's talk a little bit about where and ticket pricing.
It's going to be at the CHI Health Center, and the ticket price varies. It depends on if you're a student or if you're an individual coming to the conference, or if your company is buying, you know, a table. So there are a lot of different options, or if you're just attending virtually, and all of those various prices can be found on our website. And we invite people to go there because we have tons of information about the day and what that's going to entail. And it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Last year, I think we ended it at 3. So we're going to go a little longer this year. So hopefully people will stay with us to the end, because one of the speakers that we're going to have, and we're super excited about, is Sith Marshall. And she's the first African-American female CEO in the history of the National Basketball Association. And she has quite the story to tell. So we're hoping people will hang with us throughout the day. She's just one of the amazing speakers that we're going to have, but she's going to be like a treat. We're so excited about having her as a part of the conference.
Absolutely. So there are scholarships.
There are. We understand that sometimes people financially, maybe this doesn't work with their budget. And so we do have scholarships available, and we would invite people again to go to our website. The criteria is listed there. And we do try to support as many people as we can. We invite students to come too. We would love to have more students, college students, attend the conference as well. So absolutely, there are scholarships available.
And then also volunteer opportunities.
There are. We could not do this year after year without the cadre of volunteers who step up, who lean in, who give up their time to help. And the nice part about it, you know, as a volunteer, you can stay the whole day. So you can even peek in from time to time and hear some of the speakers. So that's another way that you could be present as well. Yeah.
I know volunteers are so important to all events, but again, this is a big event, and it starts planning. I mean, just immediately following when an event ends, and
it does. It does,
and it impacts so many people. And the information. I mean, I just know every time I go, I just walk away feeling so inspired and like just ready to kind of take on the world. You know, it kind of gives you that shot of adrenaline, or that shot of inspiration to kind of look at things differently too.
Absolutely. And that's what we want people to leave with, you know, leave inspired, leave with a sense of urgency to go out there and make a difference and do some things in terms of their own leadership and how they can impact the community. And that's one of the things we want to continue. We've talked about it as a team. How do we keep that fire going into the next conference, right?
Yes.
Because so many times people leave and they're so super excited about what they've learned. And so that's one of the things we're going to be exploring. How do we keep that going all year? So then when you come back next year, you can feel good about all the things that you've experienced.
And I mean, in addition to the conference, there's so many other things that are happening through the year that the organization is doing. So again, that's look at the main website, but the conference website, ICANconference.com. I'm looking at it. Again, just looking through all these amazing speakers. Wow.
Yes.
So you can get more bios on them. But again, like you said, how do you say her name? Marshall?
Well, she goes by, it's Cynthia Marshall, but she likes to be called Sith.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I wasn't sure how to say that, but the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. And
Right.
I'm excited to hear her story because that, like you said, the first woman in that position, wow. I can't even imagine. So, well, we've got about a minute left. Anything we're missing on here besides get your ticket?
That's it. I was going to say, you want to be in the place. We would love to see your face. We understand if you're not comfortable coming or your schedule doesn't allow that, please join us online. We'd love to see you there. We're going to have some fun stuff in terms of how do we engage the online audience this year. So we're going to do everything we can to make this a spectacular conference and just be there. You want to be there.
Yeah. Eileen, thank you so much. And again, congratulations. I was so excited when I saw who was stepping into this role, and just looking forward to collaborating and working with you and Icann for years to come. But this is the conference, this is the place to be on May 18th.
Thank you. And thank you so much for all of your support over the years of Icann. And thank you for taking the time to talk with me today. Much appreciated.
Yeah, you are welcome. Well, we will talk to you soon. And folks, again, ICANconference.com, get your tickets and we will see you there. Thank you. Well, hello, my friends. I'm here with Tracy McPherson. She is she's the Director of Public Affairs and Advocacy for Habitat for Humanity, Omaha. Tracy, it's so good to see you.
You too, Andy.
Well, lots happening that's coming up. We're going to talk about the event, the Women's Power Luncheon, and also that it's kicking off to the Women's Build. But let's just talk about Habitat for Humanity. Just in general to begin with, what is the organization? I mean, so many people know about it, but give us a recap of what the organization is and who you serve.
Absolutely. So Habitat for Humanity of Omaha has been around for roughly 40 years. A lot of people don't realize that we've been here that long. We are an organization that, yes, everybody knows that we build homes, and we do it in partnership with the future homeowner and who will purchase a house, but we also do it in partnership with volunteers. But some of the things they may not know about the organization is that we build anywhere from 50 to 60 houses every year, that we are the ones who provide the loan for the mortgage that the homeowners use to purchase a home. So we kind of act as our own bank, so to speak.
Yeah.
They may not realize that we have a home repair program. We don't just build new houses, but we do help to preserve the housing stock in some of the older parts of town with for homeowners who may not be able to afford to go out and get a traditional loan in order to make those house repairs. We're here for them. We can make the repairs. And once again, we can provide a 0% interest loan so that those homeowners can make the repairs on that home as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different facets to Habitat that people just may not know.
Yeah.
To think about.
Yeah. And I love that. And again, I mean, being around for, roughly 40 years, that's a lot of homes and that's a lot of families that you have contributed, just like you say, from the building aspect, but also from the repairs aspect.
Yep.
And one of the ways to make all this happen is the Women's Power Luncheon coming on or coming up here in May. And your honorary chair is a pretty special lady.
Oh man, Carmen Tapio is amazing.
Yes.
For those who may not be familiar with Carmen, she's the CEO of North End Teleservices. She's also on Habitat Omaha's Advisory Council. So we appreciate all the advice and insight that she gives us as an organization. But her business recently was nominated or was on a list of one of the fastest growing privately owned businesses in the country. So that tells you the caliber of business owner that she is.
Yeah, I mean, not just doing great things in the community. I think she just got recognized. I wish I could remember it from USA Today or something. She got a big recognition that was pushed out. Do you recall what that is?
I don't recall. I do recall that it happened. I just don't recall the actual name of it.
Yeah. Yes, but again, she is a amazing businesswoman, a mentor to so many women in the community, and yeah, it's so exciting that she's going to be the honorary chair. And let's also talk about Meredith Dylan. She's the Power Woman of the Year. So Meredith, about her.
Yeah, so Meredith Dylan, when I think about Meredith, I think, affordable housing is on the agenda of a lot of our elected officials now. We've been singing it from the mountaintops that we have a housing shortage, but Meredith was at the epicenter of it before it became a soapbox that any of us could stand on. Yeah. She was at the epicenter with some of the research she helped to lead. And then she kind of, what I called, she took a tour throughout our city and some of our state, sharing that information with key stakeholders so that they could really learn and become aware of the housing shortage that we have. And now she just started Front Porch Investments. She's the executive director there. And she is all about breaking down barriers to home ownership for families who may not be able to afford it. So her mission, her heart and her mission is totally aligned with Habitat Omaha. And we couldn't be more honored that she accepted Power Woman of the Year.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear from her at this event. So the event is, let's talk about event specifics.
I'm sorry, Andy, can I name one more person?
Oh, absolutely.
Power Partner of the Year is Miranda Adams, right?
Oh my gosh.
Miranda,
freaking amazing too. Yeah.
Yes, she is amazing. I mean, we have an amazing crew of women. We do every year, but really this year.
Yeah.
Miranda is the co-founder of Blair Freeman, 100% woman-owned construction and real estate services company. So again, we totally align with Habitat's belief and mission and strategy. And she too is on Habitat Omaha's Advisory Council. So again, we get all that rich insight that she has and helping us to accomplish some things. So we could be in better company.
Oh my gosh. And I'll do a shout out, Miranda. She was honored as one of the 40 under 40 individuals for Midland's Business Journal. And both her and Ashley Kuhn, the other owner founder of Blair Freeman, they were on MBJ cover back in November, and Ashley was also a game changer in Metro magazine. So these, both of these women are pretty darn amazing. Wow.
And Andy, what people may not know about Miranda, she's doing all that she's doing, running a business, involved in the community, and she's a mother of 5 kids.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
So she is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh. We have a city of amazing women.
We do. We do.
So let's dive into the event specifics about the one where what and how people can buy tickets, because you don't want to miss this event.
You do not. It's really a fun event, and it's an opportunity. We try to not just serve you lunch, but we try to educate you on the state of housing in our community. Usually you'll get to meet a homeowner or two, so you can see a face to some of the people that we're talking about. The event's going to be held Friday, May 6th from 11:30 to 1 at Hilton Omaha. We've had it there for a number of years. This is the 15th annual event. So it's been in this community for a long time. It's lasted a long time.
Yeah. And I know it has recognized amazing women over the past 15 years. So let's talk a little bit, because we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left. I want to make sure that we talk that this luncheon actually is the kickoff to the Women's Build, which is a big thing.
It is a big thing. People may not realize, Andy, that the Women Build has been around for 25 years.
Okay.
So I don't know if people realize that it's been around that long, but the amazing thing about the Women Build is it's a women-led construction site. So you don't have to be intimidated by walking up and you're the only woman on the build site. We invite men out, but you might only find 1 or 2. And a lot of times the women are teaching them what to do. So it's a little bit different than your usual build site, but it's an opportunity for women to come together, to give back to their community. If you've never done it, it's a great time. And to learn not to be intimidated by power tools. We're going to teach you everything that you need to know. No experience necessary.
Okay, that was a question I was going to say. Do I need to have experience with power tools? I mean, I have a little bit of experience, but it doesn't matter. You're really out there to celebrate women, a greater cause, and be involved in something really, really amazing.
It is an opportunity. And when we think about it, I like to also think about it, because even though I work for Habitat, there's a reason why I do the advocacy work. I'm not well versed in building, but when I go out there, they always give me extremely meaningful things to do on the build site. I leave feeling so empowered, like I stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit and learned something new. So and then the camaraderie that you have with the other women who are there. Yeah. So it's an amazing, powerful feeling to be able to go out there and to be able to learn to use those power tools, to learn about framing a house, all of that. Yeah. And no, if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it.
And so how can people find out more, or how can women find out more about the actual Women's Build? And when does that start, so to speak?
Well, it actually started last week.
Okay.
So they're just kind of really getting ramped up. So now's a great time to go to habitatomaha.org, go to our website. You can sign up to volunteer for the Women Build, or you can purchase tickets to the Women's Power Luncheon.
Okay. So lots of great information on the website. All right. Well, we've got like 1 minute left. So what did we forget anything? What do you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Oh, that's awesome. Want to encourage people to come out. It's a great opportunity to support affordable housing and home ownership. We know that home ownership is good for our community because it's an opportunity for families to help pull themselves out of poverty, to do some wealth building, and to establish something that they can hand down to the next generation. People, it works. It absolutely works. And we're only a better city because of it.
Tracy, thank you so much. And I mean, again, what a great opportunity to get involved with an organization that does so much for so many. So I look forward to seeing you soon. And I encourage everybody to check out the website and go to the luncheon or go and sign up for the Women's Power Build. So we will see you all soon. So thanks so much.
Thank you for the opportunity, Andy.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.